Has been looking at Arsenal's long wait for a league championship this season.
Yeah, but as Arteta's mentioned, you will get injuries. That's why you need that strength and depth. You need players to cover treble.
And Arsenal dejected after late stumbles. Scored his first Arsenal goal in the Community Shield against Manchester United.
Proves it. Arsenal got a good back line, also pressure on the ball.
Here's White bursting into the box, getting the better of Akanji. This is Kai Havertz. It's a great save. Martinelli and Hitch Johnson's piece. Still outgoing Alvarez. A low ball to that far post, almost reaching Halland, but it was good from William Saliba. Trip to America. Manchester City looked a little behind against Atletico last week, but as the day
To the game against United in your new position.
towards Halland.
To this team brilliantly well.
Bernardo Silva talking equality. Wants to try and squeeze that through to Halland. Way out actually in a pre-season friendly, I think. That is the danger of it. Wandering forward, carries the ball so well. Halland popped it off, but Alvarez swings it in, and it's away by Saliba. Grassroots football, so as a result of that, came back from 2-0 down to win that game. Here's Halland. Chances for Arsenal thwarted by the Manchester City goalkeeper. And now Halland is away at the other end.
What it feels like. So when it comes round again, if it does come round again at the end of this season, you've got something to...
Here is Ruben Dias, and he's collided with William Saliba, who stops it from going out. And now Kovacic trying to burst through. Still going, Mateo Kovacic, and in the end it took 4 to stop him from crashing a chance.
Well, you might well high-five Saliba, because he just stood back and watched, and then just stepped in when he was needed. Just look at him looking at the play, you see.
Side. Should Arsenal be taking it?
Well, you take it really seriously. You try and win the game, but if you don't win the game, you'll make an excuse.
Kovacic. He's a bit behind Halland. Dealt with well. On the other side for a moment.
The players are right on top of him. So they've all got a man to mark. It's quite an easy formation to mark. It's just when Alvarez...
The most clean sheets in the Premier League behind David De Gea last. The officials that have gone to visit them in the training grounds. I suppose it's a good bit of practice for these two teams, isn't it? Because
Did you watch the Community Shield? Did you see how many times he got the yellow?
distance on that. Arsenal have it back. Saliba under pressure from Rodri. Ramsdale's under pressure. Odegaard, played in by Saliba. That was a really reverse. Odegaard spotting the run of Saka. Gabriel. He's had 2 good chances in the first half of the Community Shield last season, but he has been used by Arsenal on this left-hand side. There's no Zinchenko today because of a calf injury.
Now left wing.
Grealish looking for him now. Maybe a bit of pressure from Manchester City, and then grew into that first half.
No.
Of the Community Shield. Almost snuck through to Halland, and then almost came back to De Bruyne. He's going to play some part in this game, having not played a single minute in pre-season.
Sorbet, even though he hasn't played much.
It's not the greatest of deliveries.
before the game.
That's it.
22 players.
Chasing back from Rice. That's what he's good at. And the Arsenal fans. Manchester City have been very good, and we've mentioned Cole Palmer a lot. There's Foden trying to get round the back, stopped. 41 now.
It's a baby.
Find his teammate.
Yeah, he's got to go far post then from Vieira. All the City defence.
Partey. Now Saliba. Ben White's got up on this right-hand side, needs a good cross, gets one. Kanji did well to win the ball. Stones away.
Again, Kanji so strong. He's with a huge amount of pace on it, but Saka with his ability.
Grealish out towards Akanji, in towards the 6-yard box, it's cleared away. The idea. De Bruyne peeling away, Saliba. It's just in between. De Bruyne's delivery is always pinpoint. Going to bring it clear.
Arcing, and that just frees up that far post. He knows one little check onto that left foot.
I think we should point out the roll in. Arsenal had quite a few numbers back, so City couldn't fashion an attack to trouble them. Just the City. Julian Alvarez. Kovacic looked bright, hasn't he, when he's got the ball?
Yeah. Someone give him a little shout there just to say John Stones had dropped off, he came short.
He had spent then pointed out just the sheer mental fatigue that comes about with playing certain placements allowed in the Community Shield. Team go that extra step, and he knows standing in his way. And he was caught from behind. It's the first time they've beaten them in 3 years. They wanted to show everybody that they were going to be in the mix again. They showed nerves and steel to the penalty spot. Normal time as well. They won the Community Shield as a result. Victory for Mikel Arteta. Try telling them it's just a pre-season friendly. This